Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to finish Heroic 6 at Advent of Chaos Soul Raids. And it's quite funny because this is the first Heroic 6 that I finish, because the story goes a little bit weird on this one. So first, Dawn of Apocalypse should have been my highest progress soul raid because it's been out in a while. But the thing is, I was playing on my secondary account only when Dawn of Apocalypse came out, and I picked up the pace like 2 months later or something like that on Dawn of Apocalypse. Rise of Krypton, yeah, let's not talk about Rise of Krypton, it's for obvious reasons not the most smooth progress. And then came Advent of Chaos, which is not the most enjoyable soul raid, not the best soul raid by any means, but it's not necessarily a hard soul raid, I would say. It is a sluggish soul raid, or used to be a sluggish soul raid, but since the release of Deathstroke, Petiment Laughs and Dark Metal cards, I think they have indirectly improved this soul raid. While I do think that they should actually backtrack and change a few things about the soul raid to make it better, make it more entertaining and make it more fair, I do feel like it is in a far better place compared to when it released, because we simply now have more tools to deal with. And to deal with specifically stuff like Raven and Boss Starfire that are immune to crits, and they're pretty high health bosses. And yeah, the fact that Raven is immune to dot as well doesn't help out too much, but boy, my Deathstroke is destroying her. He's dealing so much damage, and this is such a great help that it's going to be a far more smooth experience for everyone, I feel. So yeah, we have Norse Snow Globe on Deathstroke, and we're going to see how much use we can get out of that one. And yeah, I don't think I failed there to combo interrupt. I think it was something of a swipe down related. And the power generation kind of sucks here compared to other fights because Deathstroke can't crit, and because of that he can't generate power through his passive. We have Sword of Salvation, so that will help us out. The stats from the passive artifacts are going to be level 8 Sword of Salvation and level 7 Sword of Sin, but yet again it's not gonna matter too much in this fight specifically because we only deal percentage health damage pretty much. The clones of Deathstroke are not gonna have the greatest time here because of obvious reasons. You can't really have a safe place to stay because she has very long range attacks. And yeah, she blocked that special too, but at least that went out and did some damage. Deathstroke gonna block a few hits. Another clone gets in there, another special 2. And another special 2. And yeah, there we go, that clone died. Not much I could do in that specific scenario. And at this point I think I'm going to actually let my characters die, like all of them as much as possible, because people have said that you're quite prone to get unusual gameplay here. And the best way to avoid unusual gameplay is to let all your characters die and be in the last minute of the fight, or even below that at this point, because that's the rate with time extension. And thankfully we didn't get unusual gameplay, though yet again that might have been related to Deathstroke not really getting all his clone percentage health damage, and maybe some of you who got it did a better job with him than I did. And we have Raven plus Skinflint Succumb in the first attempt. We're going to see 2 fights of this one. And yeah, the first fight I don't think it was actually the best choice to put Just Like Flash in there. I thought that the additional fast attack hits on Skinflint Succumb would really make the difference in terms of damage, but it's more of a situation of it really hindered our power generation and we suffered from that, and I feel like we would have benefited more from a Dr. Fate. But nevertheless, the passive stat artifacts are the same, with Sword of Salvation being on Raven to power generate a bit, and we have Dark Metal cards at level 6 on Skinflint Succumb, and allowing him to get some crits in there, and at the same time have some more crit damage. And this might have been a little bit rushed. Maybe I should have used the Norse Snow Globe Skinflint Succumb and maybe then Raven plus Manta. And I know we've seen some crazy one-shots of Heroic 7 Raven with Raven plus Manta, because that deals tons of damage. But my combo interruption on Emulator honestly can't really hold out to that regard, so we're not even going to attempt that. Raven back in there, refresh the darkness stacks, Skinflint Succumb back in there. And the damage is good, we're dealing tons of damage at this point. Like the basic attacks of King, when it actually hits a crit, are going to be close to 4 mil alone, or maybe even higher than that. Combo interrupt in there, building some combo and the super move in there, 30 mil super move. That's quite decent, I would say. Raven getting back in there, another special one. And I don't think I played this fight necessarily bad, and to be fair, I don't think Flash really hindered us that much. And I'm really enjoying the higher combo on King and the higher amount of basic attack hits. So not necessarily a bad choice after all. It was simply hitting above my pay grade in terms of how much damage I could do, though yet again doing them in a different order or doing something else I don't think would have necessarily impacted my progression or made me use less pips, because after this team we only had pretty much garbage. So the best I could do would be Ravens or Banshee, and while that would have done well, wouldn't have been enough to finish it and would have needed another fight later. So yeah, it is what it is. And we got hit there, King died and revived. Raven back in there, reset the darkness. She used super move there, my bad. Though it doesn't matter that much because the darkness is still applied if Raven gets one shot and doesn't trigger her passive. So King can still make some good use out of that. We thankfully did not get hit by a special 2 there. Re-engage the combo, get a few more hits in there. Combo interrupt in there. And we're not gonna have enough energy for another special 3. And yeah, that's about it for the first fight. Actually, we did have enough energy for a special 3, but that was off darkness and off the guaranteed crits area. So this is the first fight of Conflant Sakuman. Now moving on to the second, since in that one that I think might not have been the most optimal, we got more damage than there's left. I don't think there's any way for us to mess this one up, though to be fair, there will be less percentage hell damage. Because, or maybe not, maybe the damage previous fights, I didn't check, maybe it was capped because she's got the damage cap, so it will be pretty much the same thing. But yeah, we might deal slightly lower damage in that regard. But now we're definitely going to do far better with this amount of power. We're going to be able to spam special 3s far more often. Raven is gonna take no energy to use this special 1. Conflant Sakuman back in there, another special 3. Re-engage the combo. Raven back in there. Special 1. Oh, by the way, I did not use Batman who laughs at any point or in the same team as Deathstroke because he was needed in a previous fight in the same refresh fights window to help with another fight, so that's why he was not available. So it was for good reason, but yeah, Batman who laughs will definitely slap some ass here. Another special 3 in there. 40 mil damage, I can't say I'm too mad about that one. Combo interrupt in there. And yeah, we can do 2 special 3s per tagging if we manage to combo interrupt with the power reduction from Dr. Fate. We need to be a little bit careful when we do that to not go overboard with our stay, to not overwelcome our stay and lose the darkness tax. But yeah, 17 mil on that one. We're definitely dealing some enormous damage there. Not a special 3 in there. Maybe I should have done super move there to prevent her from using super move, but it doesn't matter too much. Dr. Fate in there to tank the super move, but in the process we'll lose darkness. And boy, we barely lost that. That was so close. But yet again, it doesn't matter. She has too little health to help her out in any way that we lost the darkness. King back in there. I could stay for more with Raven in the fight and get all the way up to 5 darkness, but why risk it? Absolutely no point in that. Conflant Sakuman back in there. Another special 3. Re-engage the combo. Raven back in there. Another special 1. 4 darkness stacks, King back in there. Another special 3. 16 mil on that one. Quite decent. And yeah, there we go. And did we get Raven out of this one? Nope, I'm still waiting to get Raven. I never gotten Raven as a legendary reward. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, and yeah, goodbye!